Welcome back, guys and girls, and welcome to a quick recap of the Europe's Strongest Man that happened the weekend just past. And obviously, there's a bit of controversy been going on. There wasn't much live coverage, or if any, but I've got some footage and some information for you guys so you can know what exactly happened. And congratulations to Luke Richardson, i.e. the future of strongman. The 23-year-old successfully won his first professional title for Europe's Strongest Man. He's the youngest also of all time at only 23 years old. The actual competition was in just near Harrogate in Allerton Castle, which is where Luke's actually from. So a massive achievement for him. He's really shown great progression over the last year or so. And I'm so impressed by him. He actually beat Bishop, who won Strongest Man this year, and also Graham Hicks, who placed fourth Europe's this year, who also won British Strongest Man last year. So he beat two most current British Strongest Men at pro athletes at only 23. Now, granted, Hathor Bjornsson wasn't there because he's retired, as we all know. He's not doing strongman anymore, so that's one less person to compete against, and who's also very experienced. And then also Matthias Kidasowski was also not there due to a shoulder injury. So, he had less competition from two incredible athletes, but nonetheless doesn't mean he wasn't against anyone else who was better than him, more experienced or possibly more capable. And things go wrong all the time. So like I mentioned, Bishop here, he won British Strongest Man in January of this year, and sadly, apparently he says due to a few sloppy mistakes, he unfortunately took the second place spot here against Luke. But whatever happened, mate, don't worry, you've already proven yourself and how well you're doing in the sport. And 9 weeks out from World's Strongest Man, just focus on that now, just like everyone else is. That's the one that we're all really looking ahead for and looking forward to. So just quickly before I move on, the third place was relatively unknown Ervin Toots, the Estonian. He's only 29, a good friend of Rauno Heinler, and he's only been competing since 2018 just by the fact that Rauno encouraged him to, and he took the third place spot. So he's someone really to watch out for. I've not got much info on him, but I will cover him in a separate video. So congratulations, Ervin. Very impressive. Now, on to Mark. So Mark Felix, as we all know, the veteran of the sport, English chap, here he is, he's going for the Hercules Hold, and as we all know, he is the current world record holder in this event. No one can beat him. He's always the one who everyone's like, okay, this is Mark's event, let's just sit this one out. And despite obviously not having a normal crowd and people around him and the atmosphere, as usual, he showed what he's capable of and set another world record. What a surprise. This man's grip strength and just his general pulling power has, and I think always will be, some of the best we've ever seen on the planet in history. And he went for it, and I think possibly because he had no one watching, I think it was maybe a good thing, and he thought maybe he had to prove himself even more. Now, the event's not actually going to be, you can't actually watch this until Christmas, apparently. They're doing something similar to when they do World's Strongest Man, where they publicise it at Christmas time. Now, obviously, that pissed off a lot of people who subscribe to the Giants and Strongman website where they can stream stuff, because they said just there wasn't any content. But this will be available to watch at Christmas, I've read from Giants founder Colin Bryce. Now, as we know, last year at Giants 2019, Mark obviously set the record again at 1 minute 27:52 seconds in total, obviously winning the event that day, and obviously showing that he's the best in the world, and should rightfully be renamed, I think, once he retires, to the Felix Hold, because I don't think Hercules has got anything on him anymore. It's clearly obvious to see that it's Mark's event. So let's just all rename it Felix, please. Colin Bryce, anyone else, World's Ultimate Strongman, any other organisations that do the strongman stuff, let's change it to Felix Hold. But as you see here, he sets it at 1 minute 32 and 37 seconds, so besting it by just over 6 seconds. So it's a significant difference from last year. He's obviously improved since then, and despite being 54, I believe 55 next April, He's showing no signs of slowing down in this event. And also, he came sixth overall. So, I mean, that's showing his experience and his ability and just how credible he is. So, well done, mate. Massive congratulations to you. And let's see if you can get to 2 minutes one day. Because it seems like every year you just get better and better at the event. And I'll clear you the best. So lastly, I just want to talk about Graham Hicks. So as I mentioned earlier, Graham won 2019's British Strongest Man. And over the weekend, he went for the British log lift record and also the world's record. So he came fourth in the heats of the weekend's events, and he successfully managed to beat the record, well, set the record for a British log lift at 220 kilos. Now, I thought that he cleaned it quite well, but there was a little bit of instability, I'd say, when he got it up before he actually pressed it. So it was strong and he looked solid. You know, he didn't mess around too much, but just here there's a slight little dip there, and you know, he did get it up, but I felt looking at that he wasn't going to get any more after. That looked to me like it tapped out. But who knows? I wasn't there in person. Obviously, it looks different from looking at the footage, and also hadn't seen how he'd performed in the other events prior to that. As I mentioned, there was hardly any coverage. So well done, Graham, on setting the new British record at 220. And you know, I don't disregard that at all. The most I've ever pressed is 120 on a barbell. So couldn't imagine how heavy that must be feeling at 220, regardless of how heavy you are, strong and experienced. So he does go for the record here, 230, and he actually tries it twice. Now, obviously, sometimes, as we know in this sport and in powerlifting, if you take your time, have your break, reset, refocus, and obviously maybe have a quick pre-workout of some sorts, that might give you the edge to come back and do it. This first lift, he actually says he gets cramp in his glutes, of all things, quite funnily enough. So that was what he said let him down. To me, it looked like he couldn't power it up into the position to shoulder press it, but he is walking a bit funny, so perhaps it was the cramp. But he doesn't let it knock him back. You can see on his face he's determined, and he wants that record. So here he is for the third and final attempt. Now, I was hopeful watching it that he would get it, and I believe he does have the ability to do so. He's got very strong shoulders like Luke Stoltman and Eddie Hall, and you know, he's more than capable. But obviously, as I mentioned, I don't know what events he'd done prior to this, because unfortunately I've not seen the order of events as yet. But I think even if he hadn't done events prior, he's done 2 max lifts here, both over 200 kilos, and obviously that's going to take a massive knock on your nerve system and just your general energy reserves, and you know, fatigue setting in, and there's a lot of pressure. So unfortunately he doesn't get it, you know, but well done. 220 British record, can't knock that, and can't be unhappy with that. So, and placed 4th overall. So well done, Graham. Really impressed with you, mate. Great to see you back, and look forward to seeing what you get onto in the future. So yeah, so as I mentioned, I've run over the top 3, Luke Richardson, Adam Bishop, and Toots. And then in 4th was Graham Hicks, 5th was Aaron Page, 6th, as I mentioned, was Mark Felix, 7th was Pyre Dwyer, the Irish guy, 8th is Gavin Bilton, and 9th was Jack Forgasc. I hope I've pronounced that correct, Jack. I think Marks did tie with someone 6th, but I'm not too sure who that was. But well done to all the chaps who competed. It's a shame it wasn't covered live, but that is what it is with Giants. It's a bit different to World's Ultimate Strongman, but maybe in the future they might switch to doing some more live streaming and capitalise on that aspect, because the fans definitely missed out a bit there. So I hope you liked the video today, guys. If you did, please remember to like, comment and subscribe. Also leave some comments in the section below. What do you guys think about the results? Did Luke deserve to win? Was he lucky? And did the fact that Hathor and Kiyosaki not being there, did that kind of make it more of a British-led Europe's than more of Eastern Europe or other parts of Europe dominated event? Because there was a lot of English or British athletes in the actual competition who all placed well. So let me know, guys. Keep an eye out for my next upcoming preview video of World's Ultimate Strongman Series 2. We've got some events going down over the next few weeks into October for that, so that's really exciting. So take care, and I'll see you soon. Amigo One Fitness, signing out.